Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Warakah, Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and including the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh Bashmi Shai Brakafam overall to the sincere believers that give the gospel of the kingdom as they should, and even unto those that do follow the same, whom is the 1/3. And this your brother, Laban. Now, I just want to simply chime in and show how easy this new covenant thing is, okay? To prove, without going into deep detail, that we are not under the new covenant. And if we were under the new covenant, this is what you would see as evident of that. So as this reads, in verse 33 to verse 34, beginning in verse 33, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. So that's how we would know that we are under the new covenant right now. What we would see is we would see a lot of our people, all of our people actually, from country to country, from state to state, practicing the ways of the Lord and keeping those commandments. This is what we would see right now if we was under the new covenant. But we don't see this. This is not evident. But what is evident, though, is among Jake's family structures, including mine, you'll have one individual that is a Muslim. You will have another individual that is a Christian. And you have another individual that is a 7A Adventist, a Jehovah's Witness, and the list goes on. And then you have one brother that is an Hebrew Israelite. So again, I say, if we were under the new covenant right now, you wouldn't have those dilemmas of what I've explained. Now, what I want to do is I want to go on this website over here and show you in the Pew Research Center. And this is just one tribe, right? The tribe of Judah, right? Faith among so-called Black Americans. Most Black worshipers attend predominantly Black congregations and see a role for religion in fighting racial injustice, but generational patterns are changing. So as this reads here, religion has long figured prominently in the lives of Black Americans when segregation was the law of the land. Black churches and later mosques served as important spaces for racial solidarity and civil activity, and faith more broadly was a source of hope and inspiration. Right? So let's just jump down and get to the point, shall we? So as you have here, which what they're doing is they're dealing with the demographic of generations and stuff. I just want to get to the point. The survey shows that 2/3 of Black Americans, 66%, are Protestant, 6% are Catholics, 3% identify with other Christian faiths, mostly Jehovah's Witnesses, another 3% belonging to non-Christian faiths, and the most common of which is Islam, right? So this is what the Pew Research have reviewed. So this would then very well show that we are not under the new covenant. And as well as another video as well, right? I just got done watching this video some time ago today, And this dude was fighting hard against Deacon Hakar Gawayama, if that's how you pronounce his name, right? Where it concerns who were the Gentiles in the New Testament. Okay. And basically what Hakar was basically saying was that those Gentiles in the New uh, Testament were Israelites, which he's correct on that. And then he was reading Exodus chapter 12. I think he was reading verse 43 or verse 48, right? Which in verse 40, I think 3 was referring to the other nations, that they would be able to partake in the high holy days, such as the Passover, if I'm correct. All right. And in verse 48 was referring to a stranger, which was of the nation of Israel. So when you watch this live, right, you'll see this individual here, which is a Christian, going hard against Hakar Gawayam. So if our people were in the mindset of knowing who they were, you wouldn't have debates, including Sarnetta. You wouldn't have Sarnetta saying that he's whatever the hell he believes that he is. Every last one of our people would declare themselves as Israelites, and they would serve their Heavenly Father by keeping those statutes and those commandments. Not trying to sound like the boys in purple here when I say that, but you know what I mean. All right? So that's what we would see if we were under the new covenant. So quite frankly, evidently, that is not the case. Among our people, you have Muslims. Among our people, you have Christians. Among our people, you have those that are Catholics. You have those that believe in Rastafarianism. All right? And now I'm touching down in the UK. And even you'll even find some jakes that believe in Buddha, that will believe in Taoism, all kinds of strange philosophy. And again, as I'm going to say, Sarnetta wouldn't have his channel as he has it today, the House of Consciousness, if all of Jake was under one banner of truth, which is the truth that we give. All right? According to the book of Jeremiah 31 and what Paul was elaborating on. And I'm going to read this again because what the Apostle Paul was explaining of the new covenant, which, he's basically going over what Jeremiah was saying, right, in regards to the new covenant. Let me say that more better. So anyway, let's read this. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. And another point that I've not captured in mind is that the laws would be in their hearts. So again, if the laws were in their hearts, then guess what? They would keep those things naturally. You wouldn't see all of this. 66% Protestant, 6% Muslim, 3% Catholics. You wouldn't see this. Okay? You wouldn't have this. Like the statistics of among so-called Black Americans, which they wouldn't even want to be called Black Americans for one. They would want to be called by their nationality. And then the stats would have to change. That all of these people are serving their power under one religion. And also, too, one last precept that I forgot to mention, man, is in Matthew 22, verse 29, as I'm now going to read. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High. And that's all of these Israelite camps out here that's arguing in their minds whether we under the new covenant or not. They err, not knowing the scriptures. That's their problem. That's why they cannot weigh whether we are under the new covenant or the old one, or we are under grace. They can't put it all together to make sense of their mind. So they like, for example, a video went out by this one guy, Captain Tazariak, his name is Captain Tazariak. He again, did a video 2 days ago speaking about how we got to be under the new covenant. Now, I didn't see the video, but That's what the title said in relation to that, what I've said, you know, not word for word. So yeah, that's all I have to say, man. With that, I want to close giving all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Bashem Arakak Wadash. And double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and including the elder bishops that taught us rightfully so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, as I'm going to say again, and Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Brakatham to the elect that truly understand these scriptures and that teach the gospel of the kingdom as they should, and to those that follow the same, whom is the 1/3. I am out. Shalom.